Ivanka weeps over her father's final speech as president, as her siblings Tiffany and Don Jr. both hold back tears at Joint Base Andrews' farewell. Ivanka, Tiffany, Don Jr., and Eric Trump were at Joint Base Andrews on Wednesday morning, where their father addressed supporters. Ivanka, 39, scrunched her face up in sobs as she watched her dad in the final hours of his presidency. Tiffany, 27, there with her new fiancé Michael Boulos, and Don Jr., 43, there with girlfriend Kimberly Guilfoyle, also appeared overcome by emotion. Newly engaged Tiffany proudly showed off her 13-carat engagement ring during the event. She announced her engagement to 23-year-old Michael on her father's last day in the White House. None of Trump's children wore a face mask at the event, however Ivanka's three kids, Arabella, Joseph, and Theodore, all had their faces covered with cloth designs, although Arabella removed hers for the speech. President Trump arrives at Joint Base Andrews on Marine One, delivered a speech, and then transferring to Air Force One. He told the crowd it had been the honor of a lifetime to serve, adding that he would be back in some form and telling those gathered to have a nice life. President Trump's children were overcome with emotion as their father departed Washington, D.C. on Air Force One for the last time. Ivanka Trump, 39, scrunched her face up in sobs as she watched her dad in the final hours of his presidency arriving at Joint Base Andrews and boarding a plane south to Palm Beach, Florida. Accompanied by her husband and her children, the first daughter also stood alongside her siblings Eric, Don Jr., and Tiffany, the latter of whom were trying their best to hold it together during the emotional send-off. And her siblings as they watched their time in D.C. come to an end and their father fly off.